What's going on, YouTube? And welcome back to Goal Line Hockey. It's your boy Kevin Forte. And today we are going over the most recent news in Vegas. The Vegas Golden Knights may be losing more originals this summer. I know my Golden Knights fans out there do not like when I say things like that. They know what's happened recently. They've traded guys like Alex Tuch. They've traded guys like Marc-Andre Fleury. They've traded a lot of the guys that were the blueprint of this team in 2018, right? The island of misfits, and they come in and they went all the way to the Stanley Cup final. Since then, that is as far as they've gone, and you could argue that was probably the worst thing that could have happened to the Golden Knights was their success that first season, because they've completely bought into that and haven't been able to get anywhere close really since then. So now they have kind of a dilemma this year. They don't have much cap space, and they have one really good player that they could be letting go this year. Obviously, there's some other guys. I think Matthias Janmark and a couple of other depth guys, but the big one being Riley Smith. Riley Smith is available this summer, and this is a guy that the Golden Knights obviously don't want to lose for nothing come free agency. So if they don't make some room at the draft in order to re-sign him, he's a goner. You're looking at Riley Smith going bye-bye, and he is not coming back to Vegas. So we got an interesting report in terms of what we may be looking at in his next contract. So Jesse Granger said it would likely take a 4-year deal at $4.75 million for the Golden Knights to retain Riley Smith. That seems like a really good contract. I think that's a pretty fair deal. 4 years, less than $5 million per season. I would take that in a heartbeat if I was the Vegas Golden Knights, but they don't even have that 4.75 to give. They just don't have the cap space. So when I look at this, Riley Smith is likely on his way out. They just don't have any money. And, that's as good as they got Jack Eichel, great, but they do not have any bit of room. And any sort of, really any transaction they make is at this point, like, they just have no cap space. So then comes the equation of, well, if they're in order to keep Riley Smith, who could be on their way out? Now, this sounds like a crazy one to me because they need their centers. That has been the big debate for the Golden Knights, has been, well, we don't have a good center core. So why would they trade away probably their best center other than Jack Eichel? Now, because Jack Eichel came in, you can make the argument that that's why they can do this, right? You've got Jack Eichel, Chandler Stevenson, and then you kind of fill out the rest from there. But this is a big loss if they were really to trade William Karlsson. According to Jesse Granger, again, William Karlsson is a player who the Vegas Golden Knights could end up trading this offseason due to their salary cap trouble. Now, when I have all the Golden Knights fans come out and say, "Why we can't trade, William Karlsson? Why don't we trade so and so or some shitty guy that's making a lot of money?" Well, the problem with that guy that's shitty and makes a lot of money is nobody else wants that guy that's shitty and makes a lot of money. So in order to really trade a guy, you need a guy that's even desirable on the market. And William Karlsson is. And you can argue his contract is a little bit high. He had a really good first season in Vegas, was pretty much a point per game, and since then his numbers have dipped down a little bit since then. So the Golden Knights may be trying to capitalize still on that value that he has. Maybe this is the time to trade out a guy like William Karlsson, who's making $5.9 million till 2027. That's a lot of money, and not to mention, that's going to take him till he's 35 years old. So that is a big contract. That might be something that Vegas, maybe reluctantly, but might have to do here. Now, there is some little caveats here. There is a modified no-trade clause attached to Bill Karlsson's deal. William Karlsson, his contract is a 10-team no-trade list, and that kicks in after the first season. So the first season is his 5.9, and anything after that is a modified no-trade clause, which does mean 22 teams are available to trade with the Vegas Golden Knights in order to get William Karlsson. Now you look at his salary, it's pretty base. It's just a base salary. He got his signing bonus, his $2 million on the signing of the deal, and anything after that, the value goes down. So it's $5.9 million this year, $5.6 million for the final 4 years of that deal, or 5 years of that deal. So there's still 5 seasons on Karlsson's contract. So that might be a little bit difficult to trade out for the Vegas Golden Knights. But again, if a team's desperate for a center and is a pretty good center, there will be teams out there. The same teams that are looking at Mark Scheifele this summer in a potential trade, New York Rangers, you could be looking at Karlsson being the guy that ends up getting moved. So if Karlsson is that guy, a team that's looking at Scheifele, maybe can't get the big fish in free agency, they don't have the cap space, they might look at a guy like Karlsson as a really good second-line center, and that is something that teams will be definitely exploring. The question is, what teams would be involved? I already mentioned the Rangers. I definitely think they're one. I do see the Boston Bruins. I think the Bruins, if they wanted, I've heard rumors, I'm going to make a video about this later. I've heard about Kirby Dach maybe being on his way out of Chicago. The new mindset doesn't really fit with what Kirby Dach's game is, right? They want to get faster and speedier and more skilled. Kirby Dach doesn't fit that mold. So that, Boston's in the market for another center. So William Karlsson, does he make sense? And they've made trades in the past back and forth between Vegas and Boston. So it isn't that crazy of a thought. So that's it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What do you think of the Vegas Golden Knights here? Maybe taking a swing at a guy like William Karlsson. What do you think of the situation with Riley Smith? Do you think they keep Riley Smith? Or is he destined for the unrestricted free agency market? We already made a video about that, so make sure to check that out as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Go Knights.